Claude just got a new superpower and everyone is talking about it. It's called Remotion and it lets Claude actually build video for you simply by describing what you want without writing a single line of code. But to actually get value out of this, you need to know how to use it correctly. And in this video, I am going to show you what are the 4 layers to use Remotion effectively. And by the end of the video, you will be able to go from 0 to producing your full video end to end. And if it's your first time here, I'm Joe. I'm an ex-senior manager in big tech, and I scaled my own AI agency to 6 figures, helping more than 50 businesses transition to AI. So with that aside, get comfortable and let's dive straight in. So the intent of the video is basically to bring you from beginner to actually an expert in producing video with Claude. So to do this, we're gonna go over these 4 steps and we're gonna do them step by step. So of course, the first step is going to be the setup. So we need to install Claude Code in our device. In order to do that, let's go to Claude Code desktop app download and the first link in here. And you're simply going to be displayed this interface and you're just gonna press either the Mac, either the Windows, depending on what it is, the device that you're actually using. And once you have downloaded it, this will be your desktop app and you will be greeted most likely with the chat. And this will be the interface you will be greeted with, right? So this is the chat and you can see it right here. And here you will have on the side all of your recent conversations. So right now, what we want to do is actually to go to Claude Code, which is basically the Claude with superpowers, if you allow me to. And this is the initial interface and only interface actually that we're gonna be using in order to create the video, right? So with this, the first step, which is the setup, is completed. We are then going to move to step number 2. Which is to create your first simple video using Remotion. And how are we going to do that? Well, simply speaking, we just need to find a way in order to connect Claude with Remotion, right? And how are we going to do that? Well, we're gonna do it with a thing that is called skill. And what is a skill? Imagine that Claude is a chef that can do whatever you want, provided that it has the right recipe to cook the food that you are actually expecting, right? So in this specific example, Claude is our chef and the recipe right here is actually going to be whatever it is that we are going to be providing Claude, which is basically a manual that specifically tells Claude, hey, in order to produce this pizza, you need to have the oven at a specific temperature. Then you have to put this much, I don't know, then you need to put potatoes. Then you need to be, I don't know, Italian. Then you don't need to have pineapples and so on and so forth, right? So basically what a skill is nothing more than a list of instructions that we're going to be taking and giving Claude, which is our chef. And then we're gonna tell Claude, hey, use this in order to produce that food. And that food in our example is the Remotion video. So how are we going to do this? You can simply go right here in my community and inside the classroom section, you're gonna go into the tutorials and right here at the very bottom, I prepared a guide for you. And you can go right here in the add Remotion skills to Claude and copy this. Then once you've done it, you go back to your desktop app and you're just gonna press this and you're gonna say something along the way of, hey, can you please set this up for me? I just pasted you a new skill for Remotion video. Now, right here, you also have a folder. And what we want to do is to simply prepare a folder so that all of our videos are organized and contained in a specific place in our computer. So what I'm gonna do is press this, then go to choose a different folder, desktop, then I'm gonna go into here and Remotion tutorial YouTube. So now, as you can see, this is my folder and this is completely empty. So this will be the workspace that we will be actually interacting with. And so all of our videos will be contained right here. So once we do that, then everything should be set in this specific folder. So what we're gonna do is auto accept edits and we're gonna press enter and we're gonna trust the workspace. So what the Claude Code will do is simply to quickly go through the documentation of the Remotion skills. It will run our command. And then once it's done, it will just initialize the workspace in a way that it's appropriate for us to start using the skill and producing our video. Here, we're just gonna continue pressing allow. And once this is done, it's as simple as that. So the Remotion best practices skill has been installed successfully. So here what happened, we're installed the skill and we have actually our beautiful location. All right, so at this point, we are ready to start creating our first video. So it's this simple to get started. Now we will just start stacking each layer up so that we are gonna go into more and more complex things the further we go with the video. So the first thing that we want to do is to start creating a simple video for a product demo, right? So what we want to do right now is to start creating like a short intro video for product demo. I chose whisperflow.ai. It's the AI app that I use with my voice. No particular association with them. I don't have a discount code. I just have a referral code down below if you want to use it. And what I'm going to say is something along the way of, hey, could you please create a brief product demo for this specific website? And then here, I'm gonna say, please, when you create it, try using the same fonts, the same logo, and the same picture that you find within the page. So feel free to take screenshot and adapt as you prefer. And at this point, we're gonna just press enter. So as you can see right here, we don't really need to be technical. We just need to know what it is that we want to actually do. And as before, we will continuously wait for this to finish, and we will just like allow each time that Remotion asks us or Claude Code asks us for permission. We're just gonna give it the right permission, and eventually we will have the video produced. So basically right now, what you can see that's happening is that it took over my Chrome. It will slowly go into Whisperflow. So now here we are just gonna say allow once, and then eventually it will go into Whisperflow, and we will just basically need to wait, right? And then once this is done, we will have our first video. Okay, so actually one thing that I wanted to show you is that the reason why this is so powerful is because here, once the models start processing all of the things, right? You will see that it created a to-do list of things that it needs to actually do in order to perform the task that we want. So it's getting the browser context, takes full page screenshot, then scroll through the page, find logo and etc., extract them and so on. So you will be able to see the level of accuracy that this can actually produce at the first prompt that we give. So it's just mind-blowing and super easy to actually do. Fantastic. So it seems like it finished, right? And we can go straight here and check the end results. So now, as you can see, there is no background music, but we just have these animations. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I don't think I like the fourth one. So now, before upgrading it and start to put some voiceovers and some background music, let me show you how you can change this. So basically, the way you do this is simply by prompting Claude, right? So we're gonna go back here and we're gonna say something along the way of, hey, I don't really like the scene 4, which is what you described with app grid. So I think it's dark. There is just things written. It doesn't tell me much. It doesn't seem like even connected to the brand. What I would ask you to do actually is please change the 4th scene and take something from the website. Also in terms of pictures, ideally you create something with a picture there. And something animated on the side. Perfect. So as you can see right away, the way we simply modify things is just by telling Claude whatever it is that we don't like. We don't need to be able to write code. We don't need to be able to do anything specific with this, with Remotion. We don't need to be able to cut or have any skills that are, you know, typical of an editor or something like this. We just need to be able to articulate in plain English what it is that we need, and Claude will take care of this for us. So let me show you the end results real quick. All right, so we should have our output. Let's check this and see how it is. Now, first frame is the same, second one also, third one also, and the fourth one, okay, much better, and then download it for free. Now let's take this one step further, which is how do we add background music and voiceover to this? So in order to do this, we're just gonna use a third-party service, which is 11 Labs. And how do we do this? If you understood exactly the fact that Claude is our chef, you know that in order to use Remotion, we just gave Claude a skill, and we're gonna do the same thing with 11 Labs. However, in this specific case, we're just gonna go inside the 11 Labs platform and take the API keys. So on Google, you're gonna type 11labs.io, right? And then this is the interface that will greet you. Once you have this, you will probably be in the home page, and you need to press down here. So at the bottom left, and there is developers. And once you go to developers, you press API keys, and then here you need to create an API key, right? So the way you're gonna do it is name, Agentic, Remotion, YouTube. You're gonna press create key and then create key. Then you're gonna copy this to clipboard, and you're gonna go back to Claude Code right here, and you're gonna say something along the way of, hey, please use these API key in order to access 11 Labs and connect to it. What I would want you to do is I would want you to add a simple voiceover and a chill background music for this product demo. You can find the one that you prefer. However, given the fact that it's a demo, just do something very simple. Please don't overcomplicate. Perfect. Now here you're gonna press API keys and then boom. And you're gonna press enter. And now we simply wait, and we wait for the output. All right, so this is the result, and I want to show you something because then it's easier to fix it, right? So this is the output.
Whisper flow. Don't type, just speak. 3 times faster than typing. 220 words per minute.
So if you could hear it, so initially the voice is very robotic, right? So that is the thing. So it's working, but it's very robotic. It's not so pretty. And then the second stuff is that we see that from scene 4th onward, we have an overlapping of 2 voices, right? So they are speaking on top of each other, so the length is not correct. So this is okay because the point of this overall process is not to one shot, but it's to create something that through iteration, then it gets better. So the simple thing that I just asked Claude Code is the following. And it is, okay, no, please focus on scripts and voice. Don't check any more scenes, they are working. The voice is totally non-human and it looks very robotic. So find better option, basically. And also check the length of the script because they are overlapping. The only good thing that I see for now, it's the chill background music. And now Claude, it's working and fixing overall. So this is just to say, when you work with agentic workflow overall and etc., it's expected that at the first time you don't get one shot. And also please be concerned if anyone tells you you can one shot stuff because we're not at that point yet. But the overall thing is just that through self-annealing and through self-improvement, then these become better over time. And up to the point where you're able to develop, some skills, and then they can one shot things, but just once you went through the iteration process and you battle tested them, and then they're ready to be deployed. Cool. So now I will just wait and let you see the end results. Okay. And this is the output.
This is Whisper Flow. What if you never had to type again? 200 words a minute, 3 times faster than typing. Works in every app. AI polishes your words as you speak. Try Whisper Flow for free.
Now it's starting to work. Now we kind of fixed the voice and etc. But actually sky is the limit with these type of solutions, right? Because now you can continuously prompting up until you, generate a better script because everything is now AI generated on the spot. You make it sound more human, you find better animation and so on. So now you're fully able to do everything with these videos. One thing that we didn't cover yet, which is the step 4, is actually how do we chain multiple videos together, right? And what is the reason behind that? Let's imagine that I have more than one video, right? I'm producing the first product demo and then the second one and then the third one, or maybe an intro, a body and an outro, and then I want to prompt them together, right? And have one end-to-end video. How do I do it? I can simply go to Claude Code and say, hey, can you please chain video X, Y, and Z, right? So this is the logic. So video 1 goes in, video 2 goes in. So let's imagine we produce 2 videos, right, of the same sort. And then Claude will be the LLM, and here you will have your final video as output. So With this in mind, now you know everything about video generation with Claude Code, and you're able to produce something end to end. Now, if you are a 9-to-5er thinking, hey, I know how to do this thing, now how do I make money from it? You can check the first link down below, which is the link to my one-on-one mentorship program, with which I can help you get started with your AI agency. And other than that, if you enjoyed this video, you should check this video right here.